Do you think that this kind of legislation, this kind of lawsuit could result in wave after wave of teenager walking through your door and going, hey, my parents tried to make me take out the garbage. I'm going to sue them because they're not paying me the minimum wage or something like that?
Well, unfortunately, we're in America, so anyone can sue anyone. But I don't believe this lawsuit, again, assuming that the stories, as we're hearing, are accurate on both sides, I don't know that this has legs. In this case, you have an 18-year-old who is presumptively emancipated unless she can prove otherwise, living in someone else's house and saying, I don't want to go home because I don't want to do chores, I don't want to have a curfew, I don't want to break up with my boyfriend, and therefore I'm entitled to support. I don't know that that's an equitable argument or even a legal argument that a court is going to want to support.
I want to make it really clear, we have no objection to LG's plans to build a headquarters. What we do object to is the current design. We think the same number of jobs, and we know that the same number of jobs would be created, no matter how LG builds the building.
Only 3 minutes left, and I'm going to put you on the spot with a quick question of the day. I wanted to ask this earlier.
Is that because I put you on the spot before about who,
and I couldn't think of who was on Tuesday.
Sure, fair game.
It's easy.
Okay.
It's an easy question.
Sure.
Do you tip when you get takeout? You know, like if you're... do you tip? Are you supposed to tip? You know, if I order Chinese
it's delivered
food,
to my home, yes.
Yes. Well, what if you go pick it up?
No.
No? Anyone? Does everyone agree with that? 36207.
Oh, we're going to get into a tip argument now?
All right,
There's only 3 minutes left.
Out of time.
I get into such arguments with my mother-in-law about tipping.
Go ahead.
Hello. Hi.
Generally, I tip, anytime when you go to a restaurant, anytime when they deliver something to your home. I mean, that's a standard thing.
Yeah.
And what about if you're picking it up? Like, I could see if you're going to McDonald's, all right, you don't tip. But what if you're going to an actual restaurant?
Why not McDonald's?
They're
a restaurant.
Food? Are you supposed to tip the waitress that took your order or the, Yes or no? What do you say?
Well, I would think that if there's tables, are you talking about a restaurant that would have tables inside?
No, like, a restaurant that has sit-down dinners and you can get takeout. If you order your dinners and, usually you give it to the waitress or the hostess, your order, and you sit and you wait, should you tip that person?
I mean, I would if I felt, if you feel that way, it's going to be based on how you feel. I mean, I always feel if somebody's going to provide a service, you want to tip them. And then they're going to give you a good service, you want to base that tip on how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Mark, do you tip the folks on an airline when they bring you peanuts or a beer? Why not?
Different.
Why is that different?
That is different.
Why is that different?
Well, I guess that might be a little different type of service, I guess. That's the way I would feel.
I used to waitress back in the day at Howard Johnson's was one of my first jobs.
Okay.
And so I was the waitress, but I'd also get people. Sometimes you'd get a couple tables and you'd get the bar area.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The bar area included the takeouts. So if someone came and ordered a takeout, I had to take my time away from my other customers and put the order in. I got tipped sometimes, not all the time. So
can we extend the show, or are we going to have to deal with this next week?
We're going to have to deal with it.
We're going to have to deal with this next week.
If you feel that way, then, I'm passionate about, if somebody's giving me service, I want to tip them. So, you go with your heart and you do it that way, and I think that you'll make out well.